Now, earlier today, Trump got to check out the podium on the stage. He found out where the cameras were, and he checked out the teleprompter. The mic was open as Trump poked fun at one of his favorite targets.
I love the media. They're so honest. They're such honorable people. It's about time I said that.
Well, Vice Presidential nominee Mike Pence, of course, spoke at length last night, but Pence was upstaged by former presidential candidate Ted Cruz. Cruz drew boos when he wrapped up his address without endorsing Trump.
Stand and speak and vote your conscience. Vote for candidates up and down the ticket who you trust to defend our freedom and to be faithful to the Constitution.
Cruz said today Trump should not be surprised, and he explained why he's not supporting the party's candidate despite previously pledging to do so.
And I'll tell you the day that pledge was abrogated. The day that was abrogated was the day this became personal. And as I said at the time, and I'm not going to get into criticizing or attacking Donald Trump, but I'll just give you this response. I am not in the habit of supporting people who attack my wife and attack my father. And I addressed the convention because Donald Trump asked me to. And when Donald asked me to, he didn't ask me to endorse. And indeed, 3 days ago, I talked on the phone with him and told him I'm not going to endorse you.
Well, Charles Benson has more of the reaction at the Republican National Convention.
A defiant Ted Cruz today defending his non-endorsement speech.
My speech last night was entirely about this country and how we saved this country.
But an angry Texas delegation heckled and hollered at their home state senator for not backing Trump.
I expected you to keep your word and say that your word is your bond.
Texas delegate Geraldine Sam says Cruz signed the pledge to support the nominee, and he should live up to that.
He's going back on his word.
He's a sore loser?
Well, I'm not going to call him a sore loser. I'm going to do like my dad and my grandpa and them said. His word was not his bond.
But Cruz blamed Trump as the reason for abandoning the pledge.
If you go and slander and attack Heidi, that I'm going to nonetheless come like a servile puppy dog and say thank you very much for maligning my wife and maligning my father.
The Trump team says it knew what Cruz was going to say on the floor, but it was a huge surprise to the delegates.
If you love our country and love your children as much as I know that you do, stand and speak and vote your conscience. Vote for candidates up and down the ticket who you trust to defend our freedom and to be faithful to the Constitution.
Their chants of endorse Trump quickly changed to boos. The reaction was swift.
He choked. Some of my colleagues said, basically committed political suicide.
Not everyone agrees. Some Texas delegates are still standing by their senator.
We will never be cheerleaders for Donald Trump. I cannot see how Ted Cruz could have given any stronger a speech and not dishonor his wife and his father.
As Donald Trump prepares to take the national stage here tonight, Ted Cruz is making it very clear he is no longer a candidate in this race, and he's not encouraging anyone to write him in November. I'm Charles Benson on the floor of the Republican National Convention in Cleveland.
Thank you, Charles. Stay with